Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? My name is Gina and I am doing great. So are we ready to finish this little cutie pie school themed mini album up? I know I am. These are the last few pages, and as you can see, I used a cute little apple charm, used Fabri-Tac to put it down, and then I used a little journal card from my ephemera set to use as an insert there. And then pretty much the inserts that I use in the book are either inserts from the template or tags from the template, and I either put flowers that I create from a punch and just leftover paper, or I use like the gems, or I use sequences. My goal was to try to make it not bulky so that it would close all together. Well, it didn't work out that way. I still overstuffed it with the embellishments because I just love to embellish. And y'all, I worked so hard to not embellish it, as it was a ordeal to not embellish, because you know I love to embellish. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love building the books and I love embellishing it. So it was really hard to not embellish as much as what I wanted to. So I tried my best. Here the magnets were not like hitting where they needed to if I put the tags side by side, so I put the taller one in back, and I actually liked that better. I thought that looked really cute, and I thought it was really sweet. So, but everything that I'm using in this album, in case this is the first time you've seen this video, is from what I created. I created a SVG file for the template. So if you have a scan and cut, a Cricut, or a Silhouette, you can use the file to create the book, and I love it. I have a scan and cut, and that was what made me want to go ahead and create a SVG file, because I wanted to start using the scan and cut more. I've had it for probably 6 months, but not really done a lot with it because I really didn't know what to do with it, really. I mean, I bought it to create templates or to cut templates out. And, you know, when I stamp to, you know, cut them out that way. So, but I played with it one day and I was like, oh, this is what I can do with it. So I created this cute little template and I love it. And I will definitely be doing it more, but probably at the beginning of the year. This is the template I'll probably be using for the rest of the year. Because I'm busy. Amanda is going to college, and so we're gone and a lot more than we have been, so I don't have time really to do a lot of crafting. So if you've noticed, my putting up videos has really dwindled down to about once a week, and that's the reason why, is I'm just super busy being out of the house. So which is great. But come the beginning of the year, the schedule should go back to the way it was. But here I'm using from my ephemera set a couple of the tags that are in there, and I thick embossed them. And look at that cute little banner, Brad, isn't it cute? And look at that. That is my favorite thing right there. The little chalkboard with that little worm journal card. Oh. Now, I do have a due date one that I wished I would have used, but I had already used it in a couple of pages back. But wouldn't that have been cute? So it would look like it was a little library card in a little pocket. Oh, but that's so cute. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Again, that's from my ephemera set. All the papers in here are also, I created those as well. The little star balloon paper, I think, is one of my favorite. And the plaids. I just love plaids too. The little charms, I think I got them from wish.com, or I got them from Amazon. I cannot remember. But they were, you know, not that expensive, and I just thought they added cute little things. One's a little apple, and like this is a little music note, and then I have one that's like an apple with a heart, and there I used from my ephemera set, and then just a scrap from one of the papers there. Now the paper and the ephemera set you can also find on my Etsy store along with the template. They're all for sale. Oh look, there's Jackie Boy. Jackie came to help. But my desk was such a mess, y'all. I mean, it was just like crazy. I had to put him down because there was no room for him. And there I showed the punch that I used to make these cute little flowers. Aren't they cute? I just love them. And I used eyelets and just baker's twine to tie up the belly band there. Isn't that cute? I think it's so cute. This album turned out really adorable. I just loved it. Yeah, there's that little apple and heart charm. Isn't it cute? I love it. Then I put a little flower over it. I thought that looked cute. I thought that was sweet. And this right here is a coin envelope, a small coin envelope that I created. And I have a large and a small. And you can get this on my Facebook group for free. It's a file that's on my Facebook group. And I always like to give back to y'all. Y'all support me so much that, you know, I always like to give back a little something. So I have in my Facebook group a lot of files. I have like a bird house template that, you know, you're more than welcome to get and use. And I have like paper lines for baby albums or whatever. Those are free too. I've got some tags. I got some ephemera, all kinds of good stuff on my Facebook group. So if you're not a member of my Facebook group, just there's going to be a link down below. Just click it, ask to join. There's a question you have to answer. And once I get the request, then I will accept your request, and then you can download all the freebies that you want and use them over and over and over again. That's what they're for, to craft. Now I got a little smuts on that paper. Do you see that? And I tell you what it's from. It's from the Fabri-Tac. When you use Fabri-Tac and when it gets down to the very bottom, it gets very tacky, hence the name Fabri-Tac. And if you have anything on your hand, even if it's just like oils and stuff, in my opinion, it gets just, you know, dirty looking. And that is what that's from. And I could not get it off, so I was like, oh, it was driving me bananas. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just put sequins and gems over it and flowers. And that's what I did to cover it up. I tried to use an eraser because sometimes that works if you use an eraser to erase it, but it did not work. So I just ended up putting flowers and gems and sequences over it to hide it. And there's another, that's a small coin envelope right there that I put in there. And there's a little banner, if you want to call it that, or I don't know, round tag, but I end up putting stickles on it after I get done with all the embellishment, you know, of course, so it will dry, so it won't get all smutzed up. But that was so cute too. I'm trying to right now figure out what can I use to cover that? What can I use to cover that little smuts? Oh, I can't stand it. And I was just like, ugh, I'm just going to use gems and flowers and sequins. And so there's what it ends up looking like with the flowers and the sequences on it. I think when it looks really cute, and two, it hid that spot very well. So I think it, you know, hey, it looks better than the spot that was there. So then I just am checking everything to see what needs what and putting the inserts in the side pockets there. And again, just sequences and gems, y'all. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the paper to cover the back and the sides. And on the front cover, inside cover, I use a piece of the ephemera that's a little journal card that has a little owl on it, and it says, "This book belongs to," And so I put that on the, inside cover. I thought that was really cute, that so that you could put the name of, your child, the student, in there. And you see how fat it is, y'all? Oh my goodness. I tried really, really hard. I really did. I really, really did. Oh well. It is what it is. It still turned out really, really cute, but man, I cannot stop making fat little albums. But they're just so cute, I can't help it. Oh, look at that little cute little banner Brad. I love those. I got that at the expo, when I went to the expo. And actually, y'all, I had bought crayon buttons from Hobby Lobby to use as well. Didn't even use those, forgot I had them. Now this was my original plan. You see, isn't that adorable? I was going to use a magnet, glue one side over, use a magnet on the other side to close it. Can't do that when it's that fat. So I had to go with the old tried and true ribbon there. And I was so distraught about not being able to use my original idea that I had a major brain freeze and put the ribbon on the outside instead of the inside. Because this whole time, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm talking about how I was so disappointed the entire time that I was doing this. But I made the ribbon with seam binding, goodness, white seam binding with some distressed ink is how I created the seam binding there, and just crumpled it up like I always do. Wet it and crumple it up, dry it, and it's so cute. I just love it. And oh, I do love that paper. Look how cute that paper is. And it's so cute with the little star balloons. So cute. So I use that on the outside. So it's on the spines and the front and the back cover. So, yeah. So that's where I was like, what am I thinking? That's not the way we do this. And then I fix it. Put the ribbon on the inside, Gina. Y'all, you put the ribbon on the inside, not the outside. And that plaid, beautiful. Oh, I just love that plaid. Love it. So cute. And there's that cute little owl journal card. It's so cute. I love it. So now I'm going to be working on embellishing the cover. And I didn't want to use flowers because in my head, this is for your child, and especially if it's elementary age, you're going to get a lot of, crafty stuff, maybe art pictures, and you can use those to embellish as well. So I didn't want to put a lot on the front. And so I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to use a banner, which is from my ephemera set. So here I'm just showing you where you score the banner so that it will, be 3D, so it will stick up. So I do that, and then I use 3M foam tape to put it down. And then I couldn't decide what I wanted to put on top of it, though, because in my head I still wanted to use that School Days ephemera over to the left-hand side. It was in my brain. When I get something in my brain, is anybody else like this? Like when you get an idea in your head and that is what you have envisioned, it is so hard for me to unenvision it. I know that's not a word, but that's the only way I can describe it. I can't go back and be like, oh my gosh, let me do this now. I mean, it gets stuck in my head because that's what I envisioned this book to look like, and then it didn't work. So I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't like the way that looked. I don't like that. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. And so I keep fighting with myself. And I'm like, okay, well, let's put this little pin in. That'll be cute. And then I have... then I'm like, okay, well, let me cut out some tickets. Maybe I could put tickets on there. I don't know. There's got to be something we can do here. So I'm going to cut out the tickets. And then I've got the flowers from Recollection. And I'm like, maybe I can just put something on there. I don't know. And when I went to the expo, I went to Craft Fantastic, I believe is the name of this company. I've done a video on them. And I love their stuff. And the reason I went to the class was because I wanted to use them as embellishments. So I got one out and I painted it with blue fingernail polish, as you can see, because the blue, you know, matched the blue of the book. And I put like 2 or 3 coats on it. And then you put the glass. It is a glass bead. They are glass. It's not acrylic. It is glass. And it's not epoxy or resin or anything like that. And so look how beautiful it is. I know you can't really see it that well, but it turned out really pretty. So in the end, I'm like, you know what? I've got to use this school days thing. I've got to. So I put it on top of the banner, covering the banner, but I was okay with that. Put a little bit of flowers on there, and they're so cute. I believe that is just so adorable. Then I put the tickets over on the other side, and with a little bit of the flowers. And now I'm using some Nouveau gold something to put on there, and just to brighten it up. So that is it. That's all I did to the cover, and that is it for this mini album. And that is it for this series, for this mini album. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the mini album. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out my Etsy store, my Facebook group, to get some freebies on my Facebook group. Y'all be good to one another, and I will talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.